When you've got an intellect the size of the Doctor's, it's pretty easy for people to feel a bit overwhelmed by your brain. However, sometimes the Doctor goes on and meets people who have such a stone-cold genius they are a little bit overwhelmed themselves. With that in mind, I'm Sean Ferrick for Who Culture, and these are 10 of the smartest characters in Doctor Who. 10. Adrik. Companion to the 4th and 5th Doctor, Adrik was a mathematical genius of E-space, but his mathematical capability goes a little further than simple sums. Adrik held the badge for mathematical genius on his planet of Alzarius. His greatest fear was facing a problem he could not solve, something which happened at the time of his death, with him quoting, "He would never know if he was right." He showed skill in using the TARDIS, as well as plenty of other alien technologies. To fans, as well as the Doctor himself, Adrik was slightly annoying. However, there may be reasoning behind this view. Actor Matthew Waterhouse, who portrayed the character, admitted that he felt the Doctor saw Adrik as a bit of a nuisance, as he saw a lot of his younger self in him, which is quite the testament to Adrik's intelligence. 9. River Song. River Song has a wide range of knowledge, with her archaeological skill and vast knowledge of space and time. She's the child of companions Amy and Rory, although they meet her as their childhood friend, Mel's, who we then see regenerate into River Song, where she goes on to study archaeology and travel through time like her husband, the Doctor. Whilst her ability to pilot the timeship may be assisted by the fact that she is a child of the TARDIS, it is still an ability that we've rarely seen besides done by a Time Lord or greater power. Due to being conceived aboard the TARDIS, River was given great strength, the ability to regenerate, and a great understanding of time and space. From the culture of species and their planets, as well as the history of the universe itself, no one besides River knows the true depths of the knowledge within her diary. 8. Romana. Time Lady Romana first debuted on our screens in the Key to Time season, and we've since seen 2 incarnations. Mary Tan, the first Romana, only took the job as she was promised a character who would match if not surpass the Doctor's intellect. Exceptionally clever, like all Time Lords, Romana attended the Academy and achieved a triple first. Romana's grades were considerably better than the Doctor, and even in her first incarnation, she saw him as her inferior. On several times, Romana proved her intelligence, such as when she assisted the Doctor in finding the Key to Time, her journey to E-space, and returning to Gallifrey to become its Lady President, the highest position for a Time Lord. If it weren't for her intelligence, it's unlikely Romana would have kept her position during one of Gallifrey's most unstable periods. 7. Davros. Once head of the Khaled scientific elite during the Khaled and Thal War on Skaro, Davros was the world's greatest scientist. In order to break the conflict, Davros designed the Mark III travel machine, a device he would later name a Dalek. As inventor of probably the worst creation the Whoniverse has ever seen, Davros lived in infamy. Davros was left in a critical condition after a Thal bombardment on his laboratory. The result left him without his left arm, an entire lower half of his body, reducing him to spend his remaining days in a chariot. In terms of will, Davros could be one of the strongest characters in Doctor Who. When he first sustained his injuries, he was offered a poison that would end his suffering, and he refused. While like many villains in the series, Davros has been defeated, usually by the Doctor, that doesn't make him any less intelligent. He's outwitted the Doctor on several occasions, and even created a weapon which would shred reality down to its very atoms. But we won't open that kind of plot holes here. 6. The Master. The Doctor's childhood friend, and Moriarty to their homes, the Master is the peak of Time Lord rogues. Starting off at the Academy with the Doctor, both of them sharing a passion for their learning and being of similar intellects. The Master's schemes tend to fall into 3 categories: survival, conquest, or the death of the Doctor. Through his schemes, the Master showed his scientific genius in creating all manners of devices to assist his plots. In his 7th incarnation, the Doctor called the Master an evil genius, while the 10th has referred to him as stone-cold brilliant. Also, the Master's largest strength was in his lack of morals when it came to other life, allowing him the upper hand on many occasions in order to get the job done. 5. The Rani. Another school friend of the Doctor and the Master, the Rani was a neurochemist, first appearing in 1985's Mark of the Rani and returning in 1987's Time in the Rani. Rani is severely lacking in reappearances on the main show. While the Master's villainy can come from a need of power or pure evil, the Rani sees everything as secondary to her research. She would happily kill or experiment on another in order to find the results that she's seeking. Rani ruled over a planet called Miasmagoria, where she experiments on its inhabitants to heighten their awareness. The reason we first meet the Rani on screen is as she tried to extract a chemical which produced sleep from human brains to help tame the restless and aggressive Miasmagorians. The Rani's the sort of character who isn't exactly evil in the typical sense, and through her brilliance has the potential to be so much better. On an academic intelligence level, the Rani has to be one of the smartest Time Lords to graduate the Academy. 4. The Doctor. Across the years of travel through space and time, it's undeniable that the Doctor possesses a remarkable intelligence. After thousands of years and multiple different bodies and personalities, it wouldn't be too hard to pick up a thing or two. Whilst the Doctor may not have received as high Academy grades as Romana or the Rani, their time in the TARDIS has allowed them to see the wonders of the universe. Whilst the Doctor has regularly been assisted by his gadgets, such as the TARDIS and sonic screwdriver, to get out of scrapes, on many occasions it's been their intelligence and ability to use things around them. Over the years, the Doctor has chosen to run away from his own people, being Unit Scientific Advisor, President of Gallifrey, become the last of the Time Lords, and then saved Gallifrey. All significant and intelligent moments in the Doctor's life. Undoubtedly, their story is nowhere near over, and we'll see plenty more adventures where the Doctor saves the day with their sheer intelligence. 3. The Black and White Guardian. The Black and White Guardians make up a part of the Guardians of Time. The Guardians are comparable to gods from before the universe. The White Guardian was the Guardian of Light, Order and Structure, whilst his counterpart, the Black Guardian, was the Guardian of Darkness, Chaos and Entropy. The Guardians were masters of aspects of the universe and therefore possess more than a competent mind. Out of the two, the argument could be made that it is the Black Guardian who could be considered the smartest. Whilst he has on occasions been bested by the Doctor, his scheming and wish for chaos is unrivaled. As a result of his hunt for the Key of Time, the Doctor spends a large portion of his 4th and 5th incarnations on the run from the Black Guardian. The Black Guardian was able to follow the TARDIS, and so the Doctor had to install a randomizer device. These two Guardians are basically the yin and yang of the Hooniverse, a pair who wouldn't get far without being vastly intelligent. 2. Omega. Once Omega was the great stellar engineer of Gallifrey, but was later banished to the antimatter universe and became the only individual in creation to live in such a place and become its ruler. However, the time in the antimatter universe, as well as a hatred for the Time Lords who exiled him, drove Omega insane. Despite his madness, Omega was renowned for his incredibly strong will. This strong will was what allowed him dominion over this universe and shape it to his will. Back on Gallifrey before his exile, in the planet's early days, Omega achieved advanced forms of interstellar travel. Along with Rassilon, he was one of the very few Gallifreyans who gave a thought to Gallifrey's future destiny. Omega's greatest achievement was the creation of the Hand of Omega, a remote stellar manipulator that was pivotal in Gallifrey's quest for time travel. The Hand of Omega could make stars go supernova, a science which was required in order to create the Eye of Harmony, the power source for time travel. 1. Rassilon. Heralded as a hero by the majority of Gallifrey, Rassilon was the founder of the Gallifrey we know within the series. However, years of control and longing for more power drove him mad. It was one of Rassilon's ideas to create the Web of Time in order to purge the universe of irrationality. Rassilon originally sought immortality. However, Omega convinced him that this wouldn't be the greatest achievement that Gallifreyans could earn. As mentioned in the last entry, Rassilon, along with Omega, was a solar engineer, and together they discovered a means to travel through time. Rassilon's intelligence could be the greatest in the Hooniverse. Time Lord society may be flawed, but nevertheless, they owe this society to a genius. And that is it for our list today. If you reckon we missed anything, please drop it into the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can catch us over on Twitter at WhoCulture. You can catch myself at Sean Ferrick on Twitter as well. Whatever you do in the meantime, guys, keep it wibbly wobbly, look after yourselves, and we will talk to you soon.